guitar buddies, that was a request for Vampire at Midnight. Okay, great fun one to play for Halloween. So let's start by looking at the chords. On the intro, we've got 4 chords: E minor to C. Then I'm playing an A5, so an A without a third, just open A, E, A, open 2 and 2 on D and G. Moving to B5, so open 4, 4, 2, 4, 4. So open 2, 2, 2, 4, 4. And you play that twice around for the intro. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba. And then we're into the sequence that forms most of the song. So we've got an E minor, and I'm just adding a couple of pick notes on top of these chords. Just open B, open E, and open B. And then on the G, which is our next chord, I'm just playing open B, G on 3 on the E string, back to open B. Now you can keep your little finger in place and just put your other fingers in place for the C chord, and then you can play 1, 3, 1, C, G, C. So you got we've got E minor, G, C, and then on the B chord I'm adding a little rundown, which is B, B, A, G, G, F sharp, F sharp. So on the G string, 4, 4, 2, 2. Then on D, 5, 5, 4, 4. Okay, or you could just stick on the B, but it's kind of nice to add that in. So okay, and that repeats a few times, and then there's a slight change in rhythm, but the chords stay the same, so it kind of goes more back into. Okay, so the chords don't change, but it's a slightly different feel. So you hear that very easily on the recording. Okay, now there is a bridge section which uses the chords of E minor, C, and D. So we've got E minor to C, D, E minor, C, D, E minor, C, D, and just stop on an E minor, and then we're back into our main sequence. So there's just that bridge section at about 2 minutes into the song. So that's the chords. Next, let's take a look at some of those lead parts. For the lead parts, I've got a big old rock sound, and I tried to emulate the feedback at the start of the record by just hitting the strings on the 5th fret and taking off my fingers. Okay, so you've got this big kind of wall of feedback at the start, and then we're into the main melody for the intro. Okay, so it's in the key of E minor. I'm starting on E, and I'm playing this on the 9th fret of the G string. Then going up to C on 13, to D on 15, back to C, and G to A, 12 to 14 on the G string. Then just going down the scale, I was playing this all on the G string, on 16, 14, 12, 11. You could play it differently. You could play 12, 14, 12, 11 if you wanted on 2 strings. Whatever works for you. But that's the nice little melody at the start. And on the second time you play it, that E just sustains for quite a while and gradually fades away. So that's the intro section. Next big lick, again all around E minor. So just play an E on 9 on the G string to F sharp G, 11, 12. Twice, and then, or however you want to play it, double it or just single notes, but B, A, G, F sharp. Okay, this crops up a lot in the song, that run down. So 12, 10 on B, 12, 11 on G. And this time, instead of going back up to G, I'm going down to a C. So I'm playing E, F sharp, G, F sharp. And I like to slide that down. I could just play the C on the D string, but I kind of like that to go on the G string down to 5. So 9, 11, 12, 11, 5. Back into our regular little rundown. Then just adding a little extra A note there. Just adding that in. So E, F sharp, G, A, F sharp, G. So 9, 11, 12, 10 on B, 11, 12. Again, that, and then the final time, just E, F sharp, G, F sharp, G, and then finally just going up, taking it up to an E on 17. Or you could bend it, whatever you want to do. The next lick I added was very similar but an octave higher. That first section, so I'm just going E, F sharp, G, 12, 14, 15. Then back to 14, quickly to a C on 13 on the B string. Could bend it if you want to. And then going down as we played earlier, B, B, A, A, G, G, F sharp. Then land on an E on 9. And then take it back up. E, F sharp, G, 12, 14, 15. Again. And then just finishing by going from a B to an E, 12 to 17 on the B string. So that was basically the previous lick, a variation of that played an octave higher. For the next section, I added a few of the licks from the song, but also just had some fun and improvised. It's a great song for doing that. And so I started on the bridge with just a little lick, just sliding from 7 to 9 on G, 8 on B, D, E, G, and then just a little slide B to C. I've got my wah-wah pedal on now for a throaty sound. So 2 to 3. Then, on the C chord, so I just play a little C arpeggio there. 8, 8, 12, 8, 8 on the top two strings, to D on 7, back to E. It's really just following the chords. And on that E, I'm just playing E to G. So 9 to 12, then 10, 11, 12, kind of repeated. And here I'm just playing around the E minor scale and just trying to hit various chord tones. So when we hit the C again, I'm just hitting that C note on 13. Okay, so how I get there doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to hit that on the chord. You know, whatever takes you there. So if you look at the E minor scale around this position, a lot of it's played, this song, we've got 9, 11, 12, then 10, 12, 13 on the G and B strings. And then we can move that up to around the 12th position, 12, 13, 15, 12, 14, 15, now on the E string. So those notes are great for just improvising about. And as we hit the D chord, I'm going to that D. And again, hitting that E on the E chord. Alright, so 15 for the D on B, 17 for the E. So don't try and play exactly what I played, because I was just kind of making it up at this point and just using those notes and just trying to hit the relevant notes like C, D and E as the chord changes, and whatever I play in between, whatever takes your fancy. Okay, so it's just good to learn that scale and do that. And then after that, again, I just went a little bit nuts and just played around a variation of both the E minor scale and bits of the E blues scale. Okay, so if I'm a 12th fret, let's take it from the D string. Let's take it from the bottom string, because then we can play it all the way. So if I go from E, I'm using 3 notes of the minor scale, E, F sharp, G. Okay, and then on the, I'm playing, I also used a B flat in here, A, B flat, B. So that's from the blues scale. So that's 12, 13, 14. And then I was playing D and E, so both the minor and the blues scale. Then F sharp, G, A. Okay, so we've got a minor note here, F sharp, G, A, 11, 12, 14. Then I'm using, again, notes, and again, I also put a B flat in there from the blues scale. So that's 15 on the G string. Then 12, 13, 15, B, C, D. And then 12, 14, 15. Okay, and I also took that up the neck. 15, 17, 15, 17 with a bend on 17, bending A to B. So D, E, G, A, B. So all around that position, I just had a little improvise, and again, I was using notes both from the blues scale, like that kind of, and also just notes as well from the minor scale, and over that chord sequence they all work. So see, I'm just using little, gives it a little chromaticism, makes it kind of nice and exotic. all that kind of stuff you can just have some fun with. So it's a great track for just, putting on and having a good old jam. And then at the end of the song, there's a nice little melody that crops in, which is basically a kind of Argentinian sort of tango melody. You're familiar with da ba 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 da 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 da. So it plays, and then this goes round at the end. So over the E minor chord, we play an E minor arpeggio, 9, 7, 8, 9 on the G, E, B, back to G strings. 9, 7, 8, 9, and then on the G chord you play B, C, B, B flat, B. So just chromatic, 9, 10, 9, 8, and 9. So and then we just move it up to a C arpeggio as we hit the C chord. So that's 9, 8, 8, 9, and the same finish, now over a B chord. And that just repeats as it fades out. Just goes round and round. Because you can have loads of fun with that one. As I say, there's some like big licks at the start, but by the end, it's really good fun just to play around, use the E minor scale, mix it a bit with the blues scale, and just enjoy. So we'll take a look at the bass part next. For the bass, I'm keeping it nice and simple, just starting on the intro, open E to C, and I'm just playing that on 8 rather than 3. You could play it on 3. Whatever, just going to get a nice slide there to 5, A, and then this that you play pretty much throughout most of the song, B, B, A, A, G, G, F sharp, F sharp. 2, 2, open, open on A, 3, 3, 2, 2 on E. Okay, and then for the main body of the song we've got so on the E minor chord, E note, and to take us to a G, E, F sharp, G, open 2, 3. Then to take us to the C chord, A, B, C, open 2, 3 on the A string, and then again, I'll run down just like we played earlier. And there's a slight change in rhythm where I'm just playing the same notes basically, but without the split. So basically playing the same notes but just slightly different rhythm. You'll hear that in the song, but yeah, I could just play single notes or just lead to them. Okay, and then there's just a bridge section, so we just kind of stop on an E, then we got playing there, E on 7, C and D, and then basically same notes but the C to D section is shorter. Back into our main riff. Okay, so great fun one there for Halloween. Thanks for requesting it, and enjoy Night the Vampire.